Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video and this time it's on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1 related to the review of version 084 which is Pi based. So let's begin with that. So on my phone screen you are able to view that this is Android 9 Pi based version, or I would say ROM, with the security patch level of 5 July 2020 with the version ending 084 and build date is July 6, 2020. So although in this particular update nothing major was shipped by the Asus, it was just a security patch. So earlier I was thinking whether to create a video on this or not, but I thought let's see what else is being like, whether they have messed up with the already running functionalities or not. So let's begin with that. So firstly we'll move to the security part. So from a securities part, pin, pattern, password, swipe, all are working absolutely fine. Apart to this, fingerprint scanner is also working fine. There is no issue. There is no glitch with it. Face recognition is also working absolutely fine. There is no problem with it. So overall, there is no problem with the security section. So after security, now let's move to the sound section. So I don't see any changes in this particular version as well. So it's all same whatsoever we have got in 063 or be it in 082. But there is a bummer with this particular sound section. So earlier there was one app with the name Puff Dump that is missing in this particular version, that is 084. It was still 082. Not sure why that has been removed in this particular version. If I'll find anything, then I'll surely be sharing the same in the next video itself. So after sound, the most critical or vital part is related to the battery. So firstly, let's discuss the charging time. So in this particular ROM or in this particular version, it took nearly about 2 hours and 58 minutes at most to fully charge my phone from 0 to 100%. And if we will be comparing it with the version 082, that is the previous version, which was taking nearly about 3 hours and 25 minutes and sometimes 3 hours and 30 minutes. So it is somewhat better, or I would say much better, because now it has decreased the time of nearly about 25 to 30 minutes. So after battery charging time, now let's focus on the ideal battery drainage. So in this ROM, it is a mixed response. Sometimes like encounter 1 to 2% of battery drainage over a span of 7 to 8, or sometimes 2 to 3%. But at most it was 3 to 5%. So one can consider that at most there should be a 5% of battery drainage over a span of 7 to 8 hours. But again, if you are facing more than that, then I will recommend to do a battery calibration and see if that helps you or not. So now let's focus the battery consumption from a gamer's point of view. So if you are familiar with my videos, then you know that now I'll be opening PUBG Mobile. So on my phone screen, you are able to view the settings that I have used, like graphic settings and frame rate, HD graphic settings and high frame rate. So again, for this particular analysis part, I played nearly about 2 to 3 times a gameplay of 1 hour and so on, to analyze what is the actual battery consumption and so on. So at most that I have encountered is nearly about 17 to 18% of battery was consumed over a span of 1 hour of gameplay. And apart to this, I have also noted down the temperature reading. So before starting the gameplay, the temperature readings were 32 degrees, and as soon as I completed, the temperature readings were 39 degrees. And apart to this, there is no problem with the gameplay. It was as smooth as it was in 082 or 063. So apart to this, now let's focus on the Call of Duty. So again, on my phone screen, you are able to view the graphic quality settings and frame rate. So I am using medium graphic quality and high frame rate. Again, I have tested or analysis, did the analysis by playing 2 to 3 times of 1 hour of gameplay. And at most I face the like battery consumption of 14 to 15% over a span of 1 hour of gameplay. And again, the temperature readings were like, before starting the gameplay, the temperature readings were 33 degree, and as soon as I completed the gameplay of 1 hour, the temperature was 41 degrees. So it is somewhat like more in as compared to the PUBG Mobile, but here battery consumption is less because of the medium graphic quality. And again, the gameplay was smooth. There is no problem with that. There is no lag and glitch. So this was all from the batteries point of view. Now let's move to the another section, that is connected devices. So in connected devices, I usually analyze two things. One is Bluetooth and another is screencasting. So screencasting is working absolutely fine. I have already tested it on 2 to 3 different laptops, and it is like able to connect on a very first instance. Apart to this, Bluetooth is working absolutely fine for file transfer, and apart to this, for the audio via Bluetooth devices as well. So after Bluetooth like connected devices, now let's focus on the network and internet. From the Wi-Fi calling perspective, yes, it is available for the Geo, but still not available for the Airtel. Apart to this, there is no provision for the call recorder, neither for the native video call. Wi-Fi connectivity, mobile connection, calls and SMS, all are working absolutely fine, be it for Geo or Airtel. But again, if you are facing, then you can share your experience in the comment section below. So after networks and internet, now let's focus on the quick settings. So all the vital quick settings whatsoever are being provided by ASUS in their stock room are working absolutely fine, like torch and so on. So there is no problem in that. After this, now let me share one more thing that is related to the device certification in Play Protect. So few users have complained in the previous version that their device is not certified. So it is certified by default. There is no problem with this in this particular update. A part of this, FM radio is working absolutely fine. So which is the vital for everyone who is traveling by public transport, be it cab or so on, maybe with their own vehicles and so on. After this, now let's focus on the status of camera to API. So although in this particular update it was just a security update, but again for the masses who really wants to see the status of camera to API, whether it has been patched or not. So in this particular update they haven't patched it, so it is still the legacy, and before and after update it was same. Apart to the status of White1 certification, so at my side it is showing me L3, and it has been persisting since the time I have installed Android 10 beta 1 version in custom recovery mode. But if at your side it is showing L1, then after this update it will surely be L1, so there is no problem with that. Apart to this stock camera, so frankly speaking I hardly use it, but for this particular purpose I have clicked few photos to see the image quality. So it is still the same as in the version 063, 082, and even in this 084. So back camera images are good as compared to the front camera, and I am using the variant 6 plus 64 GB at my side. So now let's focus on the scores or a benchmark score. So these are the Antutu benchmark score, which has just touched 1.5 lakh, and below are the consolidated parts on the basis of CPU, GPU, memory management, UX, and so on. Apart to this, Geekbench 5 scores. So let's discuss that. So on the basis of CPU, like single core score and multi-core score, it is 277 single core score, 1203 as a multi-core score. And apart to this, from a computation part, OpenCL score is showing us 447. And from last like 1 to 1.5 month, I'm unable to run that Vulkan API related benchmark score, and it is always facing, be it on stock ROM, be it Android Pie, Android 10, or either any custom ROM. So now let's focus on the memory management. So let's open few apps that we are using while creating app as like this video. So I have opened this PUBG Mobile while creating this video, and I have discussed this section. It has opened from this very same section rather than restarting again. Let me open from the Call of Duty as well. So again, that has also opened from the same screen where we have left it. And apart to this, let me open few other apps as well, like Geekbench scores, maybe Antutu. So in Antutu, you will see a trigger, but it will again open from the same screen where we have, but it always trigger this particular thing. Apart to this particular White1 certification, DRM info, camera to AP, all apps are running or starting from the same where we have left, so there is no problem with that. So overall, this particular version was, I would say, good. So my overall review score of this particular update is 80 out of 100. I would have given 85 out of 100 if that particular bug related to puff dump, like the puff dump app is not available in this version. So that has deducted that 5 points. And apart to this, there were few bugs posted by users in community, and apart to this in comment section, like some were saying they are facing some Twitter issue. Twitter is not smooth. Some are saying touch screen issue. Some are saying they are having issues with the Chrome, like browsing via Chrome browser and so on. So these issues are not facing at my side, so I can't confirm. But if you are facing, then you can confirm the same in the comment section below. That will surely be helpful for us. So this was all from my side related to the review of version 084 on our beloved handset, that is Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family. And apart from this, please subscribe to our channel, because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.